Hi friends, this is Saurabh Gandhi from pivottrading.net. I hope some or the other day you might have visited my website and came across the Gann square of 9. So basically today I'm here to present a small session on Gann square of 9. What exactly is Gann square of 9 and how we can actually use it in our intraday trading to make our trades profitable. Well, before I start, I just would need to mention the intention of this particular session. Uh, Since the day I designed this Gann square of 9 and put it over on my website, I have received several queries by email and by phone, as in what is the exact way of using the Gann square of 9. There is a lot of confusion within the people as to what should be the input parameters for calculating the Gann square of 9. What is the correct time to calculate the Gann levels, and what is the correct time of entering the trade. So this is all few things which I will try to answer in this particular session. So let's just have a brief look of what all things we are going to cover in this particular session. We will start with understanding who was the first person who designed or created this Gann square. What exactly is the Gann square? Why it is called Gann square? And how does it look like? How we can trade in intraday based on the Gann square of 9? And what is next in the Gann square after we complete this particular session? So let's have a look on what exactly is the Gann square of 9. Well, okay, so let us look at who designed the Gann square of 9. So Gann square of 9 was first discovered, designed or invented or created by W.D. Gann, which is William Delbert Gann. He was basically a trader and who has designed his own trading strategies, not only for the intraday but for the positional, for the long term, based on various parameters. He has designed different strategies, different concepts. A few of those important concepts from the Gann were Gann angles, square of 9, hexagon, circle of 360. Well, this particular session will only be concentrated on describing what exactly was the Gann square of 9 and how we are using it today. So what is Gann square of 9? To describe in one line, I would say it is a set of incremental numbers starting from a particular start number, and then it is incremented by a specific step value to form a spiral square. As you can see in this particular image, this is one simple square where the center started with 1, moving ahead on the left direction in anti-clockwise direction and then in the clockwise direction to fill a square. If you closely look at this particular square, we see 9 equal boxes. And this is the very simple basic first level of Gann square. And since there are 9 boxes here, this particular square or this particular entire concept is called as Gann square of 9. And since it was developed by Gann, W.D. Gann, we call it as Gann square of 9. Now this is just one step of Gann, but in reality, in practical, we need multiple levels of square to identify our levels. In some time, we will see how we would be calculating those levels. But this was just to make you aware of why we are calling this a square of 9. Before I take you to the practical example, let me describe you few things about how we should trade based on the Gann square of 9 in our intraday trading. The first and the foremost important thing is the timing of when we should calculate the Gann levels. So the ideal time to calculate the Gann levels is within 15 to 30 minutes of market opening. So let's say Indian market opens at 9:15 a.m. We should calculate the Gann levels somewhere between 9:30 and 9:45. This is the ideal time. Now, this does not mean that for some reason, if you could not calculate the levels between this time, you cannot use the Gann square of 9 throughout the day. It's just that this is the ideal or optimal time, which would give you a better levels to trade for the whole day. The next step is, once we have identified the average price, which we would be using as an input parameter, we would be calculating the levels and then we would be trading based on those levels. Once we have done one set of trade, it is possible that we might have another few hours left before the market closes. So we would like to enter or re-enter into some other trades. How we have to we would be entering into the other trades is again depending on script to script, exchange to exchange, and person to person. Sometimes we use an approach of calculating the levels every 2 hours. Sometimes we use to calculate the levels during the morning hours and during the lunch breaks. Sometimes we use the concept of calculating the levels only twice, that is once during the market open, first half an hour, and during the market midtime, that is when the market is half done. The fourth important point is we should not enter any new trade in the last 1 hour of the market closing. Okay, so let me take you to a practical example of Nifty futures for the March series for this particular month of today. So yeah, okay. So before moving on to the live example, this is how I will show you where exactly you can find the Gann square of 9. So log into pivot trading dot co dot in. It will take you to the home page. Go to the calculators menu, navigate to Gann square of 9. You will also see there are a few other Gann calculators. We will look into it in some other presentation, and I will describe you at the end of the session what exactly they are. And so for now, let's look at this simple Gann square of 9. Okay, so as you can see, in the our previous presentation, we just saw one level of Gann square where only nine boxes were there. But this is a much larger circle where there would be multiple levels, and this is how, or this is practically which we use for our intraday trading. Okay, so as I mentioned, we should take the first 15 to 20, 30 minutes of market opening. So this is a chart for Nifty futures for the March series. This is today's date. Uh, This is 10 minutes charts, 10 minutes time frame. So first 3 to 4 candles will define our morning hours. Okay, so if you look at this is the candle of 9:35. This is the candle of 9:45. So we have to calculate levels or the average price somewhere between this. So let's say we calculated the levels are 9:30, and if you look at the closing price you can look at here. So for this particular candle, the closing price was 7506. Or I would say the average price at this particular time in the morning would be close to 7506. So what we will do is we will input this particular value here, 7506. We calculate the levels and we got this levels. We got this square populated with different values. Here you can see we have the SPY level 7525. We have a sell level 7503, and these are the targets. So we will look for these two particular values, 7525 and 7503. Okay, so this is the candle of 9:35 where we took the levels from. So as per this level, the buy was above 7525 and sell was below 7503. So definitely, as we can see, the market never moved above 7500. So definitely buy was never a question, but here now the sell would be triggered at 7503. So if you look in the next candle, it started at open at 7506 or 7505.73, and then the sell was triggered at 7503, and then you can see within fraction of minutes our first target of 7485 was achieved. Let's look at the levels again. So sell was at 7503. First target was 7485. Second target is 7464, and third target is 7442. And the fourth target is 7421. So let's see till what all targets got matched today. So the sell was triggered at 7503. Then we got in the next 10 minutes, we got our target achieved at 7485. Next target was at 7464. We got our next target achieved at again in the next after 40 minutes or so, that is at around 10:35. And let's see where the market moved. So market moved little down till the level of 7451, and then it bounced back little till 7475 again, and then it moved back to reach our third target of 7442. So on the candle of 12:15, if you see, we got our third target also achieved. Now the important question arises here is how we will predict or how we will know once we enter into the trade, as till what target we should wait and till what at what target we should book our profit. Obviously, this would be the genuine question which would be coming to everyone's mind. So ideally, practically, it is not possible to predict till what target the market will move. Then how do we trade in such scenarios? So the idea is this particular calculator will help you to get into the trade and will tell you the levels. See, any calculator is all about levels. So here we know when we have to enter the trade and we know the targets. So we have to design our strategy as in once we are entering into the trade, how we should keep booking our profit or how we should lock the profit. So here at around 9:45 we entered into a short at 7503. At 9:55 we got our first target achieved. Now since our first target was achieved, what we should do is we should not book immediately. We can keep a trailing stop loss at our buy level, that is 7503. So what will happen is the worst case scenario, if the market reverses after the first target, we would at least be keeping our we would just be spending our brokerage. At least we won't be making any loss. And the benefit or the plus point is if it moves to the second target, we are getting additional profit. And that is what it has happened here. It didn't move upside again, it moved next to the second target and then to the third target. So when the target 2 was achieved, we can keep a trailing stop loss at target 1. When the target 3 was achieved, we can keep a trailing stop loss at target 2. Now again, at target 3, definitely the market after target 3 has moved up, and definitely it will hit our trailing stop loss at 7465 or 7464. So what ideally we have done is we have entered into a trade at 7503. We reached till target 3, but we booked only till target 2. So again, here we can use two approaches. The one approach is keeping a trailing stop loss of the previous target, or we should be less greedy and we should make sure we should keep a disciplined trade that we will not go beyond target 3 and we will book all our targets at target 2 or at target 3. So if target 2 is achieved, book the profit, come out of the trade. Or if you have decided that you will go for target 3 is achieved, book the profit, come out of the trade. Don't wait for the next target. If you want to wait for the next target, then use the concept of trailing stop loss. Okay, so let's say we came out of the trade at we have decided that we will always move out maximum at target 3, and we have moved out at 7442 level at 12:15 p.m. Now what next? We have out of the trade, we have booked a good profit of around 55 points from 7506 to 7442. Sorry, 45 points. Now the market is still open. Half of the day is remaining. As I mentioned before, we can use any of the concepts from here. We can either use every 2 hours approach, we can use lunchtime approach, or we can use a market midtime approach. So let's say we use every 2 hours approach. So let's say we calculated first levels at 9:30. Second level would be at, after 2 hours it would be 11:30. Next 2 hours will be at 1:30. So let's say we will be calculating the levels at 1:30. So this is the candle of 125. This is the candle of 135. So somewhere between this, we will be calculating the levels. Again, to calculate the levels, now since this is not the initial half an hour of the market, we won't be using the average price. We would be using the LTP, or we should use the closing of the previous candle. So these are the two ways. Either you can use the LTP or you can use the close of the previous candle. Now previous candle of the half an hour, this is just 10-minute chart I'm showing. Let's move to 30-minute chart. Okay, now let's look at the 1:30 p.m. So this is the chart for today. So as you can see, this is a candle of 115 and this is a candle of 145. So since we would be trading or calculating the levels at 130, we would be using the previous candles, that is 135 candles closing price. Now look at here, look at the closing price here for this particular candle. So for this particular candle, the closing price was 7470. Okay, we would be putting 7470 and see what happens. 7470, calculate. Okay, so we have buy above 7482, we have sell below 7460. Now let's see, we will watch for these two levels, 7482, 7462. Okay, now let's move back to our smaller time frame chart, 10 minutes. Move to 1:15 a.m. PM. Okay, so we were having 7482 as our buy level and 7460. So after this 7460 and 7482, so as you can see here, so here as we can see, we at 1:30 a.m. we took the price as 7470. So this is the 135 candle. So here somewhere at 7470, we calculated the levels and we got two levels, 7460 for the selling and 7482 for the buying. Now if you go to the next candle and if you see, the market always moved up from there at 7470 and then it reached till 7482 somewhere in 145 candle. So a buy was triggered at 7482. Okay, now let's see what the target was. Target was 7500. So 7482, our buy was triggered here at somewhere at 145 or close to 145. And then our target was 7500. So as you can see in the next candle, the 7500 target was achieved. But then it just went till 7508 and it reverted back. So as I mentioned before, uh, we have to keep a trailing stop loss at our buy price. So we keep a trailing stop loss at 7482. So though the target 1 was achieved, if we are waiting for the target 2 and we are keeping a trailing stop loss, the trailing stop loss at 7482 will get hit. So ideally in this second trade, we didn't earn anything, but there was a possibility of earning at target 1. So now it is up to us how we have to decide uh, or which approach we should use. We should use whether we want to use an approach of trailing stop loss or we want to use an approach of a defined target of target 1 or target 2 or target 3 or target 4. Okay, now let's take some other example just to see how things work in other cases. Let's take an example of LNT. So we will look at the initial candles of 9:15 and 9:30 and 9:45. So these are again the two candles. At 9:35 we see the closing price is 1211. Look at here. So this for this particular candle, the close of this candle is 1211.95. Let's put it this here, 1211.95, and then we do a calculate, and these are the levels. Okay, so note these two levels. We have 1207 for the sell, 1216 for the buy. Now let's see. So anyways, from the chart itself we can see that there was never upward move after 9:30. So definitely the buy level is not going to trigger, but the sell level of 1207 will be getting triggered. So in the next candle, if you see in the 9:45 candle, the sell was triggered at 1207, and then there was free fall till 12 till 1184. Let's see what all the levels got covered between this. So our target was 1199, then 1190, then 1182. So our third target was 1182, and we fell, and the script fell till 1184. So only target 2 was achieved. But as I mentioned before, either we would have kept trailing stop loss at target 1, or we would be waiting for target 3. So if we would have kept a trailing stop loss at target 2, that is at 1190, in the next 5 minutes, our stop loss, trailing stop loss would have got hit, and we would have booked, since it was only target 2 was achieved, our trailing stop loss would have been at target 1, that is 1199. So 1199 is here. And as you can see, after target 2 is achieved, target 1 never came back, 1199. So our trailing stop loss was not hit. But if you look few candles out here, and then at around 1245, it made a low here of 1182, which is a sharp low, exact low of the Gann levels. So our level was 1182.23, and see the low which it made was 1182, sorry, 1181.95. Look here, this is the low. So for this particular candle, it was 1181.95. So this is how the precise calculation it does. So now since the target 3 is achieved, if we are using the concept of trailing stop loss, we will keep a trailing stop loss at target 2, and definitely after some time at 1192, our trailing stop loss of target 2 will hit. So basically here in this example also we saw that 3 targets were achieved, but since we used the concept of trailing stop loss, we would be booking only 2 profits. So again, it again depends on the argument remains open again here, whether you want to use an approach of trailing stop loss or you want to use a concept of defined target profit booking. Okay, so now let's take a last example of some other script. Let's say I take an example of Axis Bank. Again, we would do the same thing since now we have already the market is closed, so we can only backtest this particular system. So let's say at 9:35 candle, we can see what is the closing price. Look at the closing here. The closing was 416.35. So let's say on an approximately the average price would be somewhere between 416.5 or 416.35. So let's put this here. 416.35 and see the calculations. Okay, so here we get two levels. 415 is the sell and 420 is our buy. Let's move to the chart. 415, 420. Okay, so here again it's all red, red, red. So definitely there was no buy. So sell has to be triggering at 415. Let's see. So again in the next candle, it opens at 416. It goes down, 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 down at 415. Okay, it closes at 415. Okay, so here itself we will get a sell almost towards the closing time, and then it moves down till the level of 412 and then moves back again till 415.95. So let's see whether 412 is our 412.85, whether this is our target one or not. No, our target one is 410, so we are still into the trade, and our stop loss was 420. So we will be waiting. So this particular candle did not give our target 410. So it again moves up, 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 up. It goes till 416. Then it starts again to movement again in the downward direction, down, 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 down. And at 10:55, it has made some low. Let's see. No. Okay. So here also it has not made the low. And then it goes up, down, up, down. So it has neither reached the stop loss of 420, neither it has reached the target of 410. So in that case, you have no other option than in the last 15 to square off the trade. But still, if you see, it gets squared off at 412, close to 413. Still, we made a profit of 2 rupees or 2 points. So yes, again, there are such scenarios would be where you are entering into the trade, but because of the narrow range of the movement of the script, you might not end up making, or you might not end up with any of the targets or with the stop loss. So in that case, if this such is the case, you have to square off your trade in the last 15 minutes. That is the only thing you can do. Well, fair enough. So this is what I was having for you in terms of a practical trade or practical example. I will come again with few more examples on few more things. But let's see what we all planned for this session. Okay, so we covered this as in look at the average price, calculate the levels, trade accordingly, and recalculate the levels. How we can recalculate the levels based on after 2 hours lunchtime or the market midtime, and never ever enter into a new trade in the last 1 hour of market. Now what next? Well, since the day I designed this calculator, I have observed that many other websites have unethically copied this calculator from my website and put up there on their websites, uh, which is again a very a bad deed of work by them. And because of this, over a period of time, also now since this has become a common strategy or has been shared across multiple people now, the accuracy of this system has gone a bit down. And you will observe this in the current market also that this calculation might not work always, and hence I came up with what next. So the next thing which I came up with, the advanced Gann square of 9, which is a much more accurate or the much a better way of calculating the Gann's levels. Then there is a forex Gann square of 9, which is very specific for the forex market, because in the forex market we work in the decimal places. We have the prices ranging from 1 dot and the 4 decimal places. It does not go beyond 100 rupees. Hardly any forex conversion rate would go beyond 100 rupees. So this forex Gann square of 9 is specifically designed for forex calculations. We will look in some other presentation on how we can leverage from this particular calculator. Then there is again positional or swing calculator, which will provide the positional or single levels. So we would cover in this some other session of the positional calculator. And then there is a real-time Gann square of 9, which I will show you right away how you can benefit from it. So let me take you to my website. Okay, so this is my website. Well, I have right now, I've just created it 2 or 3 days back, so I've not added it a proper link in the menu here. So what you can do is you can note down this URL pivotrading.co.in.trade. Real time, real time advanced yan.php. Oh, so this looks colorful. And here now the beauty of this particular real time GAN calculation is you are now free from finding out what is the right value you need to enter, what time you should enter. Now you can use this calculator blindly at any point of time during the day, and it will just find out the proper levels for you based on the market movement or the market prices at that point of time. What you have to do is just select an exchange from here, whether you want to deal in Nifty 50 or you want to deal in all scripts. Let's say we will keep it for Nifty 50 as of now. Here you can select the script, whether you want to find the levels for the Nifty or you want to find the levels for these scripts. let's say we go for the ACC, click on the calculate real-time gain levels. It will populate with these levels. It will automatically take the what is the average price, average closing price, and previous day's closing price, and the today's average price, and then it will calculate these levels for you. It will give you these levels at what levels you have to buy at, and what are the targets, and what is the stop loss. So it's pretty simple calculator. You don't have to enter anything. You just have to select few values, few scripts on the drop down, click on the calculate real time gain levels, and it will do all the calculations for you. And here it is. So simple. And another added advantage, if you are having an account with Zerodha, you can directly place an order with them. So let's say you want to buy this particular script at as per this particular level at 142.7. Click here, buy GAN at Zerodha. Since I'm currently logged in, I got this particular screen. If you're not logged in, you will be taken to the login screen. So you can see this is a buy for K in India in the NSE in the cash market. Quantity by default quantity which is populated is 1. Product type is cash and carry. You can change any of this. If you don't want to do this, you can change it. You can change the price if you want to do some plus and minus. If you want to change the order type from the limit to the SLM, stop loss, market, frequency to market, intraday or whatever it is. And then you can do OK or close, and then you can place the order. As of now, the market is closed. It will not place the order. It will just reject the order. See, it gave me an error saying that not a valid product code. So basically, because of CNC, but if the market is closed, and if let's see if I do an MIS here intraday, and I do an OK, and I do okay, well, so this is anyways gone, so I have to finish this. I have to place a buy order again. So here I do a buy can at Zerodha, my account. Here I change it to intraday. This is done, and this I place an order. Since the market is closed, it is definitely going to reject the order, but let's see what it shows. Exactly, it's rejected. Auto square off block. It means the market is closed for the square off now. Okay, so if you have an account with Zerodha, you can use this particular page to directly place an order at particular price to there. If not, you can open an account with Zerodha under our referral, and you can get many free benefits from pivottrading.net. Okay, so let's move back. So this is something next. You would soon find presentation or session from me on this as well. How you can contact me is, these are a couple of my websites: pivottrading.net, pivottrading.co.in, pivotcalculators.com, pivotcalculators.net. You can drop me an email at pivottrading_dot_net@yahoo.com. You can even WhatsApp me on 919869197289. As I mentioned, if you're not having an account with Zerodha, you can open an account with them under our referral ID ZMPSSL and get many such calculators for free or the discounted price. Or you can give me a call and I can explain you more on this, or you can drop me an email and I can help you uh, to uh, to take you in this direction. Feel free to call me or drop me an email. Thank you. I hope you would have got some insight about how to use GAN square of 9, at least to some extent, on what you were knowing before. And now definitely it should help you to some extent, or definitely it would give you some more input in your trading experience. Okay, so that's it. Take care. Goodbye.